I do have a pub quiz book downstairs, but I don't know, should we bust that out when all three of us are here?
Yeah,
or?
we'll bust it out when all three of us are here. Yeah.
Whoa.
Talk about whatever and shit. I have been trying to write something, but I need to do more prep work for it, and I'd rather everyone was here when I did it as well anyway.
A quiz.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what, you're actually writing a script or something?
I did have the idea to do a Doctor Who audio play where the Doctor the Absorbaloff comes and the Doctor tells off her companions for fat shaming and assuming that he's a bad guy just because he's a different colour and overweight.
What's to say that it's the Peter K. Absorbaloff? There's plenty of other Absorbaloffs out there.
Yeah. I do wonder how Absorbaloff society functions and how did they evolve like that? Did they just be absorbed into everything all the time? So
or they absorb each other, or
there must have been like an accident or something that made them like it.
Maybe
Maybe they were
unless they're like
punished.
parasites.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Where they're born on their own planet, but in order to survive, they have to spread out and absorb the universe.
But do they come out of the womb with like a little cane to stop them from absorbing other? When one's pregnant, why doesn't she just absorb her baby?
I figured that what the like power source looks like would depend on the individual.
Yeah.
So for Peter K, it was a cane, but say another one would have like a dummy in their mouth until they reach a certain age.
Maybe they're born. Maybe
Yeah.
they're born with it, like an umbilical cord. It's just attached to them.
Like the Ood brain.
Oh yeah, just like the Ood brain.
Just like the Ood brain. And then they cut it off and make you absorb.
And replace it with a translator.
Yeah.
That's what happened to the Absorbaloff. That's how Elton could understand him.
Yeah. Sure.
Unless
it's just multilingual.
unless maybe the TARDIS mental thing is like infectious. So when Elton met the Doctor for like a minute when he was little, maybe he caught the translation bug.
What, and then passed it on to the rest of Linda?
Yeah. Or the Absorbaloff just learned English. That's also possible.
Yeah. or Universal Translator.
Oh yeah.
UT.
Just or coincidentally, they happen to have exactly the same language.
Is it? I thought that's what American footballers do, isn't it? 24, 25,
I guess so. I don't really know that version of football that very well.
I just know they start off by hutting at each other, but I
mean, just seems to be walking around and like saying I'm great and things like that. Seems to be like the most I know about it is from bad lip reading videos, and all they seem to do is just walk around, and go.
Isn't it just
Whoa!
basically football, but they pick up the ball instead?
Well, the way I saw
can't be bothered to kick it.
The way I saw it described was like English football, because that's what it's called, is like RTS, but American football is turn-based.
Okay.
That's why it always seems like they're stopping and walking around and pausing, is because it's like they plan what they're doing and then do it and then have another planning bit.
They have their move and then it's up to the next person to make their move before you can make your move again. And if you've got a weakness, you're fucked. And
you know, Subutio, like the football game that people used to play like back in the 70s and 80s, where it was like a football game, but all the little players they were stuck to little bases. Maybe that's what American football is like.
And you've got to like flick them to.
Yeah, I never played it
remember.
myself, but maybe that's what American football is like, and that's where they have to wait for the next people to make their move, or someone has to come on and push them with a big stick with a big broom, flat bit at the end, like in a war room.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen it, but I think that's what happens.
Search up durian and see what the Google description of a durian is.
A durian?
Yeah, the Google's description of Wikipedia's durian. Yeah.
The Donkey Man is the god of all the Shrek donkey men. All these donkeys live in Scotland, not Southeast Asia. The Donkey Man has 669 wives and 6,999 kids.
Yeah. Because I was watching a video about Zelda. They mentioned durians in that because durians are in Breath of the Wild. And I was like, what the fuck is a durian actually? So I just Googled that. It's
Apparently they stink.
The Donkey Man is what? Yeah, no. When I was reading through it, they're like banned on certain like subways and stuff because of the smell. Yeah, inside a Singapore subway, there's signs that literally have no durians.
Oh, there's nothing in I'm looking on the talk page to see if anyone mentions it on the Wikipedia. There isn't anything.
Yeah.
I'm guessing someone must have edited it, then Google did its crawl of the web page and took that data.
It. Yeah.
And it hasn't been updated since. That's hilarious.
Oh, well, I wonder if there's any, like, I think that's the first time I've seen a Google where the Google description is wrong.
Yeah. I think it's, oh, wow, you've discovered a thing.
Like, write in, let us know if there are any other Google Wikipedia page descriptions that doesn't say what it actually says on the Wikipedia page.
What if Durian Donkey Man?
I think I tried something like that and didn't get much. I only scrolled a little bit, but...
Why 2015 is a good year for durians. Oh.
Okay. But nothing about the donkey man that eats them.
There's nothing about the donkey man at all. Google, you failed me for the last time. Amazing.
For the first time, for the last time.
For every time. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm going to just take a little screenshot of that so I can put it in the...
No, I had to. Just in case, like, I didn't know if it was just on my computer.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, like, if you searched it and then it came up right for you, I would have sent you my screen grab.
It came up with something else that was still wrong.
It's
like we've discovered the code. The secret messages.
Let It Go is the most popular Frozen song in Durian land. Yeah.
And then we get Rich to search it next week, and his result comes back and it says like, "Please let us out" or something. They're trying to contact us.
It's like where people are in like sweatshops and they'll put those secret messages in the things they make.
Yeah, it's one of the Googlies.
It's like fucking Kablam.
It's yes, it is Doctor Who episode Kablam. Which in hindsight I think is probably my favourite episode of the series. Now I've thought back about it.
Yeah, including the Dalek one.
Yeah. Now I've giving it some more thought. Yeah.
Okay. I think probably is with mine actually.
I want to watch them all again. Really,
that one and the Dalek one are my two standouts of this series, basically.
Yeah.
And then I liked the King James one because King James was just hilarious.
Oh, mind you, yeah, that was good.
But that was for him and not the story.
Yeah, he was probably the best character of the day, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, it's just a good actor as well.
Oh,
Alan Cummings, so...
Even just, it's like you said at the time, just his entrance where the music swells and it zooms in on him. Yeah, it was great. And
it's just this whole sort of like the music. When you think of the music, you sort of swirl your arm in the air and then raise it up. It's like that. Ho ho ho! Sort of,
it is I, King James the something. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Something.
One of them King James.
King James fact hour now on Kristian 444. It's not the name of the channel anymore. It's probably not very interesting, but so King James the First of England was like King James the Sixth or something of Scotland. I think it was Sixth. So he was called King James Second and Sixth, and then the next King James was called King James the First and the Sixth, and the next one was called King James the Second and the Seventh, because England and Scotland were two different countries.
Are these like their Borg classifications?
Yes, 2 of 7.
Second of 7.
Yeah. But then after that, England and Scotland merged and became the same country. So now if we have another King James, he will be King James the Eighth, even though in England we've never had a King James
4, 5,
3,
6,
4, 5,
7,
yeah. That was King James fact hour. It's finished a little bit early.
Interesting fact, yeah. No, I didn't know that.
And that's something you might not have known. That's what Tom Scott might say. Here's something you might have known earlier.
Here's something you might have known. Did you know that Magna Dramont sounds awfully like Captain Janeway?
Yes, I did. Joe, I haven't seen Voyager or any clips of it for so long. I've probably really misremembered her voice.
It's not that far off, actually, because I got up 2 videos here, one of Digimon and one of Janeway, and I was going to show Rich. So here's the Janeway one I just got.
Okay. I'll play him in the background.
On screen.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
very
We're
similar.
attempting to retrieve the console that
Making
caused
to get along with.
Oh, yeah. That's quite similar. Where's the Magnadramon clip? Come on.
Okay. We have to go by the 1999 Magnadramon because I don't know if the current one's been dubbed.
Okay, yeah, actually, it's quite similar, isn't it?
Now you can see why I make that joke all the time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought I was being really harsh, but I guess I'm not.
Janeway is Magnadramon. That's, yeah.
I do like Star Trek. It's one of those things that I like, but I've just never really seen much of it. I think I've mentioned before I used to watch the original series when it was on BBC Two. But like, yeah.
I was pretty much in the same boat as you until like 5 years ago when I managed to get like a load of the box sets cheap.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the only reason I've managed to watch through. I've watched all of Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, but I can't remember all about it just because there's so much of it and I've binge watched it. So at times, Voyager mixes into Deep Space Nine, and Deep Space Nine mixes into Next Gen, and
Oh, yeah.
I know Cisco punches Q at some point.
I'm kind of the same with classic Doctor Who as well, although because I've seen bits and bobs that used to be on UK TV Gold, but it's one of those things where I know I like it. The ones I've seen I like, but
you don't know enough to give like opinions.
There's not like if I don't know if I won the lottery or something, I'd just buy all the DVDs and have a big wall of Doctor Who DVDs.
Yeah. Oh, well,
work my way through them.
I'm planning to get there eventually.
Yeah.
It's a process that I've been working on since Series 1 started in 2005, but one day.
I've been working on it since 1963.
Yes.
Bought the first DVD when it came out.
The first VHS tape.
Oh.
I think 40% of my classic Doctor Who's are VHS.
Oh, yeah.
Just where I've charity shop bought them.
Yeah. Sixpence.
Ah.
I'll get there slowly but surely.
Yeah.
I've got my wall of Dragon Ball. I've got all the new.
The wall of Ball.
Yeah, I've got all the new Doctor Who's. I've got only a few classics.
Ah, no, you see, I stopped collecting the new ones at around Series 3, 4.
Ah, yeah.
And I've got more classics than I have new Doctor Who's now. I'm like the complete flip of you.
Flip of you. Oh, and the wall of Digimon, that's growing as well.
Oh, yeah.
And
have you got all the tries yet? Have all the tries been released yet?
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much complete. Or, well.
Yeah.
Are they doing like the series of Digimon that no one watched?
Well, they've
5, 6, 7, and whatever.
No, they haven't released them yet.
Okay.
Mind you, I thought 5 was meant to be quite good. What one was that?
5. I liked number 5, to be honest. Data Squad.
Data Squad. That's right. Yeah. I'd quite like them to release that actually. So I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah. No, I remember really enjoying Data Squad. I remember not quite enjoying Frontier, even though I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, but I don't know if that was just from fan of the channel Hidemaru.
Ah, yeah.
Even though that's not his username anymore.
What the fuck is he now?
Whilst
you're saying I'll just clarify that when we talk about I bought everything that they've released, this is in the UK. I know that all of these have been out in the US on DVD for ages, and Japan obviously.
Yeah, we are British, as you can tell by the accents.
Yeah. Well, I remember going on holiday to Toronto and New York with my family in 2007, and everyone thought we were Australian. Because I guess we didn't speak like the Queen or a Cockney or something. So
okay, yeah, it's now Fontana Tessitura.
Oh,
it's
yeah. No, I was saying as well. We could in theory buy Japanese DVDs because we're in the same DVD region as them.
Yeah,
as long as they had English subtitles.
I was going to say we'd have to hope they have.
But the thing is, Japanese DVD culture, as it were, is so weird because everything is like a super expensive collector's edition. They don't just do a DVD to watch it. I think everything, you just stream it if you want to watch it.
Okay.
Fontana Tessitura. I wonder what that means.
The
The artist formerly known as Hidemaru. If you're watching, let's know what that means.
Yeah.
I might just Google it. I could just Google it. I am on the internet right now. I'm not going to be like this guy who commented on a 4.5-year-old Pokemon video to say, where did you get Night Slash, with no context or anything. I was just like, I'm not going to answer that because I will expend as much effort as you could to find out. What?
Huh?
Has Hidemaru's channel been like bought by an Italian company? Tessitura Fratelli Fontana makes cloth.
It actually, that looking at the video, like if you go back 8-7 months ago, it was all Hidemaru's stuff. Digimon, bit of Doctor Who now and then, some Teen Titans, Simpsons. But then from like 5 months ago, it started just loading a load of stuff.
To be fair, those were there when you were still Hidemaru.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's clips from something or other.
Oh, I clicked on one of them. They're only like 30 seconds. Okay, yeah, they're like anime clips he's just put on like a thumbnail for some reason.
I don't know what the thumbnail's about. Why is this Fontana Tessitura about? This is really confusing me.
Was Hidemaru Italian this entire time?
Unless Tessitura just means like textiles or something. And maybe it's the name of something from an anime.
Yeah, that was my first guess. It was some kind of anime related.
Because they like to do things like give names to whatever that are words in other languages. Yeah, Tessitura means weaving. Fontana just means Fontana.
He's weaving Fontana.
Fountain.
Oh, he's a weaving fountain.
Weaving fountain. How poetic.
He's weeing in the fountain? That's bad. You shouldn't wee in a fountain. Naughty Hidemaru, naughty.
Naughty.
Naughty. Don't be naughty.
Right. Sorry, it made me think of Pompidou that Matt Lucas did, and that was one of the bits of music from it, and I remembered that bit of music because he used the same bit of music in a Shooting Stars episode. See, there is Methodism in the madness sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad we figured that out.
Kind of.
A bit, I suppose.
I take it we've completely abandoned the Doctor review.
Yeah, it's been abandoned. It's been abandoned.
Yeah.
The episodes are unnumbered now, and we're just talk shit.
All right. Series 4, probably my favourite. Series 5, the best of Matt Smith that I can remember. Series 6, I don't really remember much about it. Series 7, I remember even less. Series 8 was Peter Capaldi's first.
Yeah.
I liked towards the end, I liked that his entire sort of character development was throughout the series, and it wasn't until the end he realised what he was.
Yeah.
Series 9's quite forgettable, to be honest. Oh, they had that crappy shit at the end with me. Didn't like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then Series 10 I really liked. There we go. Wrapped up Doctor Review.
Oh, shit. I need to get the list of series up here, because I am. All right, Series...
But literally all I wanted to say was that Series 4 is the best of New Who, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, Series 4 was fantastic. Although I have to say, watching reactions... David Tennant's Doctor is really, really shouty.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of... I remember at the end of his run, I remember saying, I think it's time for him to leave because he's starting to annoy me.
Okay.
Rewatching, well, not actually rewatching, but seeing people's reactions that happen to be going through this period now, I'm remembering that. I'm remembering that feeling. Although it's some of my favourite episodes.
Yeah. Now, you see, I kind of had that feeling towards the end of Matt Smith that I was just getting tired of him.
Well...
But I think that's just because he was a bit too similar to David Tennant, with just less shouting and more hand movements.
Yes. So yeah, Series 5 I remember not really liking. I didn't think this...
Series 5, I haven't watched Matt Smith's era in a long time, to be honest.
What was...
Actually, Series 5 I remember starting off well, ending well, but then the middle bit was just kind of there.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some great episodes. I really liked The Beast Below, though I know loads of people didn't like it.
Oh, it was alright for me. That was just... But yeah, it was cool. I don't have a bad opinion of that one.
I like the ones with like where the characters kind of have to have that kind of morally ambiguous area where you don't really know what's right and what's wrong. I really like stories like that.
Yeah.
Amy's Choice I loved as well.
Yeah, no, that was a good one.
I remember
that was the one with Toby what's his face playing like a dark doctor.
Yeah. What's his name? Toby Jones? I can't remember.
I know he's like a big name actor.
Yeah.
The Dream Lord.
Toby Jones, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, actually, I think Series 5 was pretty good. I think that's why I need to watch them again. I think looking back at it, I'm looking at it and thinking, actually, these episodes are pretty decent. But I remember at the time just kind of not really liking it.
Yeah, maybe we were still in like the griefing phase of David Tennant.
Yeah, you can never really
tell.
Yeah, always finishing each other's dinner.
Yeah.
Series 6, I guess, was okay. This is when it started to get a bit too convoluted with his plots.
Yeah, so I think Series 6, I liked the first half, but it was the second half that started to get a bit weird.
So for the benefit of the tape, this is the whole impossible astronaut, let's kill Hitler, a good man goes to war, wedding of River Song arc.
Well, yeah, Let's Kill Hitler was the start of the second half of the series, because they split it, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I think I was really into it up until sort of like Good Man Goes to War, Let's Kill Hitler, but then Night Terrors, Girl Who Waited, God Complex.
Oh, I love God Complex, mind you.
God Complex was all right, to be honest, yeah. But it was. At the time, I just remember being a bit, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second half of that series was just kind of okay to good.
Yeah.
Not good to brilliant.
And then Series 7, I did not enjoy.
So,
I mean, the Christmas special, The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, I can literally remember nothing about it. That says a lot about that, I think.
All I remember is that the mum was played by the mum from Outnumbered.
Ah, yeah.
She wrote that she piloted the giant machine thing at the end.
See,
and that Bill Bailey was in the episode.
See, I don't remember that. I remember there was snow. That's
snow.
Yeah.
Oh, and then like the planet was like connected to like Androzani or something.
Oh, so I don't remember.
Remembered that. It was like an Androzani minor / major /
minor.
Minier.
And then of course we had the first half of the series with 2 Chris Chibnall episodes, so the less said about that, the better. That was Dinosaurs on a Spaceship and The Power of 3. I think they were all kind of meh.
Power of 3 was that they introduced Kate Stewart.
Oh, did they? Ah, okay.
Yeah, reappearance of Unit and Brian Williams. Reintroduction of Kate Stewart, but now played by a different actress because Kate Stewart was a non-official character up until this point. She was in like remember the dark days of Doctor Who, the 90s?
Yeah.
and you'd get like these knockoff production companies making Doctor Who films that weren't Doctor Who, but
I watched a video about that recently, otherwise I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, like Sontarans and stuff like that. That's where they first introduced the Brigadier's daughter.
Okay.
And now they brought her into it proper with Power of 3.
Okay.
The only upside I can... Actually, I liked Asylum of the Daleks.
Yeah, actually, that was one of the better ones. Yeah.
Probably my favourite one of the first half of that series.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I didn't really care for any of the others. And the Angels Take Manhattan, the Weeping Angels were so scary, but then they just overdid them.
Yeah.
In Blink, they were scary because they were different, and then it was just like, oh, now they're everywhere, and you can now see them moving as well. The whole point of them was that they don't move when we look at them either.
Yeah, I think they were fine. They were all right in Matt Smith's first series.
Yeah,
but I think this was the point they jumped the shark, as it were.
Especially with the bloody Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
that was dumb as anything.
Okay. New York's meant to be the city that never sleeps or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
So did no one see this giant fat-off statue stomping through New York?
Yeah, it's bloody stupid.
Okay.
And then, of course, we went to the Snowmen
Clara.
and the Clara series.
The Clara series. The series that was very forgettable.
Well, so I think this was probably my favourite bit of the Doctor himself, Matt Smith's Doctor. Yeah.
This was where Matt Smith was in the role a bit better, yeah.
Up to the last series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Bells of St. John I remember liking. Now, everyone bangs on about the Rings of Akaten.
Oh, no, I'm not into that at all.
But I think the only reason is because he goes off on a speech at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the only part they care about in that, really, but they big up the entire episode.
He does. It was one of those ones where, and much as I loved Moffat's writing more than the current showrunner, he liked to do this thing where he would just tell you that something was emotional or that something was sad, and he did that with the leaf in this episode, and like I remember thinking it with Handles in the Time of the Doctor as well. I was like, I don't care about this Handles thing. He's been on screen for 2 minutes, and you're just telling us that it's sad. Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if say maybe they'd introduced Handles from the Nightmare in Silver.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's stuck in until the time he regenerates or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. Cold War I liked. That was the Ice Warrior in the submarine.
Okay, yeah, no, that was all right. I remember that. Hyde, I completely forget.
Oh yeah,
I know it was something to do with like ghosts in a mansion.
That's right. It was this creepy creature that was just trying to mate. I just want to mate. But I had to open the Wikipedia page to see what it was.
Okay.
Journey to the Centre of TARDIS, the Crimson Horror.
I liked that we got to see more of the TARDIS.
That was
Journey
cool.
To that, actually. Crimson Horror, I forget. I just know it involved Red.
It was in Victorian times with Strax,
it was like
Vastra, and Jenny. And it was the lady running the factory had like a lobster stuck to her breast or something.
Actually, no, that sounds familiar.
No.
That does sound familiar.
Right.
Nightmare and I quite liked Nightmare and Silver.
Honestly, I don't really remember it.
The Doctor sort of got possessed by a Cyberman for half of it, and it was basically him versus himself.
Okay.
It was like a Cyberman Doctor versus normal Doctor, and they were having this whole mind game thing between them.
Oh, that
and it
funny.
had what's his face?
Warwick Davis.
That's him.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say the little dude.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't mind you describing him, aren't you? Actually, this came up in the Doctor Who quiz last week. That's the only thing I knew about Nightmare in Silver because of that, and I'd forgotten before then.
Okay.
And then Name of the Doctor, which I thought was quite good, if I remember rightly.
That's where at the end he went into his timeline and
Clara went into the timeline. Yeah, we had the Great Intelligence in it as well and all that.
Yeah, no, actually, I did like that one.
I love the idea of bringing back the Great Intelligence as well. By the way, that was a great idea.
From the Name of the Doctor onwards is probably the best you'll get of Matt Smith's Doctor.
Absolutely. Name of the Doctor, Day of the Doctor, Time of the Doctor. Yeah. Day of the Doctor was fantastic. Need we say more? Are you going to say more?
Specials, yeah. Just the 2013 specials in general.
Yeah, and Time of the Doctor was really good too. And I think I said before on here how Time of the Doctor explained all of the plot points from the previous series and it wrapped it all up. It might not have done it the best way it possibly could have, but it at least did it. Yeah.
Did it better than some series have done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, and not forgetting the McGann mini
Night of the Doctor, yeah. That was excellent.
Full McGann series BBC, get the
that would be so good.
Yes. And then obviously all of Peter Capaldi. I really liked Peter Capaldi as a Doctor, actually.
Same.
He's like Tennant's my Doctor in terms of the Doctor that made me a fanboy, but Capaldi's probably my favourite.
It's always I think Tennant was as well, and I know Capaldi was a huge fan of the show already.
Yeah.
Which I think makes a difference from the get-go. Matt Smith took a while to get into it, didn't he?
Yeah. And like Is
and
Whittaker?
No.
No.
Do you remember me saying she's been forbidden from watching the old series because they want the new? Yeah.
Stupid idea. Stupid Chibnall. I mean, no. I don't hate Chibnall. I just hate the decisions he's made.
Yeah. So Series 8, we're saying we liked Capaldi as the Doctor, but I have to say a lot of these are pretty bad episodes.
Yeah. Let's.
Deep Breath was all right.
All right. Yeah.
Into the Dalek.
All right.
I can't really remember it. Robot of Sherwood, I'm told, is all right, but I didn't like it at the time.
I found it all right, to be honest. I didn't hate it. I wouldn't put it as a standout episode.
Yeah.
I liked the ban. I think what I liked was the banter between the Doctor and Robin.
Okay, yeah.
We got to see a bit more of Capaldi's bantery side, which we hadn't seen much of up until that point.
Yeah. Listen, I thought was fantastic.
Yes, yeah.
Time Heist was okay, from what I remember.
Yeah, no, it was like a fun of the moment. I really liked the Caretaker.
Caretaker. Oh yeah, I couldn't really remember that
the
one.
Doctor
But
was the caretaker at the school, and Danny Pink finally found out everything.
Yeah, that was quite good. Kill the Moon. Moving on. Mummy on the Orient Express.
That never happened.
Mummy on the Orient Express.
12 episodes of this series? What are you talking about? There's only 11.
I think there was 10, actually. Mummy on the Orient Express was okay, from what I remember.
Okay, yeah.
Flatline was good.
Yeah, Mummy. Actually, they're all good to okay if you get rid of 7 and 10.
Yeah. Speaking of, number 11 was Dark Water.
and number 12 was Death in Heaven.
Yeah. So it was decent.
I love Missy as well. I can't help it. I don't. Yeah.
It was a decent series. I think I was more impressed with that series than I've been with the latest one.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Series 9.
Series 9 is the whole me thing, isn't it? Yeah. So actually, I thought this was looking at it. It seems to be quite a good series. Looking at the episodes.
Series 8 is much better. Actually, I've got a series. Series 8 is one of the few DVDs after Series 4 that I got.
Wait. We're on series. Talking about Series 9 now. What one?
Are we on 9 now? Okay.
Yeah. Starting with Magician's Apprentice.
Okay. Oh no, yeah, Magician's Apprentice. Wish is familiar. I did like them. I don't remember Under the Lake Before the Flood.
I don't really remember it that well either, to be honest. I remember thinking it was quite good at the time.
And then the girl who died was the whole me thing, which I didn't get into at all.
No. I missed the start of that episode as well. I've never seen it.
What, you missed the start of
the girl who died.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I tried to figure it out throughout the rest of the episode and never got around to watching the start again. I don't think I missed anything.
Although that is the episode that they reveal why the 12th Doctor looks like the Roman dude from...
Oh, really?
Tennant's episode, yeah.
Maybe I should watch it again.
A clear explanation of the 12th Doctor's familiar appearance is given.
Oh, okay.
The Zygon two-parter, brilliant.
Yeah, that was good. Sleep No More I liked.
I can't remember it much. I just know it was... done in the first person, wasn't
it? Was it? I can't remember that.
It was like found footage.
Oh yeah. There was found footage in it. Yeah.
And then I remember it was like Reese what's his face from League of Gentlemen, wasn't it?
Yeah, Shearsmith.
That's him.
So no, let me clarify. When I'm saying episodes are good or bad or excellent or whatever, it's often I can't
memory.
Yeah, I can't remember much about them, but I can remember what I feel about them. If you remember, if you see what I mean.
At the end of it. Yeah.
Face the Raven.
Was quite well.
Well, I
liked some of it.
I can remember the end of it, which was excellent because I was spoiler free and I had no idea what was coming.
Ah, okay.
It's when Clara dies.
Actually, I liked Face the Raven. Yeah, I didn't mind me in it as much. I liked when the Doctor got really pissed off with her at the end. And basically it was like, the Doctor isn't here anymore. You're dealing with me now. Yeah.
Heaven Sent, of course, is one of the best episodes of Doctor Who there's been, I think.
Then Hellbent, the first 10 minutes is really good.
Yeah, Hellbent didn't go well at all.
Hellbent, I love the Doctor getting to Gallifrey. Yeah. Having this whole face-off with Rassilon. But the moment he gets inside the Citadel is when it all sort of goes to shit.
Because they, like, the way that Clara's death was dealt with and the way the Doctor's character dealt with it was so well done, and they just brought her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just all a bit shit, really.
And then they send her off in a restaurant with her girlfriend.
Yeah, it was really silly. And then The Husbands of River Song.
I really liked that one.
Yeah. That was with Greg Davis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the big Becca, yeah.
I just kind of wish we'd saw more of Capaldi and River Song.
Yeah.
Because I think I loved those two together more than I did with Matt Smith and River Song. And I absolutely loved Matt Smith and River Song.
Yeah.
So when Capaldi and River Song came together, it just fit more.
Yeah.
You just look at the two of them and you're like, yeah, no, I can see that. And then you look at River Song with Matt Smith and it's kind of like, okay, considering I know the story, I can see it, but just looking at you two, really?
Okay, so finally, we're going to power through these. Series 10 starts with the Return of Dr. Mysterio, which I quite liked.
It was fun. It was fun. Yeah. Wasn't bad. It wasn't fantastic, but it was fun.
I remember online people were like really salty about it for some reason, saying like, oh, it was just a silly adventure. And I was like, it was a big Christmas episode. This was meant to be.
And when isn't Doctor Who just a silly adventure?
Well, yeah.
9 times out of 10, you might get the odd 2-parter or story arc, but a silly adventure. So let's see. Episode 3 was kind of a silly adventure of series 1.
Yeah.
Episode 5.
Anyway, so let's just run through the episodes. The pilot, Smile, Thin Ice,
Knock Knock, Oxygen, Extremis, Pyramid at the End, Lie of the Land, Empress of Mars, Eaters of Light, World Enough and Time, The Doctor Falls, Twice Upon a Time.
Right. Another good series, I think.
Yeah,
this is.
I really liked Bill as a companion as well.
Yeah, this is why I think it's one of the reasons I'm struggling so hard to get to grips with Chibnall and Whittaker. Even though I'd like to think I'm being objective and saying actually, it's not written very well. Which I think.
Nardole.
Yeah, which I think is true. I think one of the other reasons I dislike it so much is because 9 and 10 were some of my favourites, and it's just all gone.
Just like 8. Just Capaldi's run was my favourite run. I think. If you and we've just not got that anymore.
Yeah,
even Matt Lucas surprised me with Nardole because you hear Matt Lucas is going to be a regular companion in Doctor Who. You're kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But it actually worked really well having him as the kind of like almost the Doctor's equal, which was really weird. You'd never have guessed that they were doing that. And if they told you before the series, you'd be like, why on earth are they doing that? That sounds terrible. Yeah, it was good. I really loved the concept of Extremis, where they discover they're in a simulation.
Yes.
But I was kind of disappointed
by
that they I really liked that as well, but I was disappointed by the ease by which they kind of got out of the extremist thing and resolved it. I thought it was going to be this whole, oh my god, we've been in a simulation this whole time. Reality is a lie.
Series.
Yeah. Or maybe like the whole universe. Maybe it was because it was quite it's quite a fashionable thing now to say, are we living in a simulation? All that kind of stuff, isn't it? So
since the Matrix, yeah.
But I do remember at the time when watching Extremis, I remember thinking, there's no way they're going to wrap this up in a way that's satisfying because the concept is so good, and they're going to have to get out of it somehow, and I can't see a way for them to do it. But, yeah, I really liked the whole. Has the Doctor been taken over by them as well? Aspect and alternate. What can you believe? It's like I said before.
Apart from that cop-out regeneration, I think that's what I hated about this series most, is that Moffat just kept trying to push the cop-out regenerations. He had like 3 false regenerations before he finally had a regeneration.
He's like,
just get the fuck on with it.
It's like someone run into the toilet and there's like a little bit is coming out.
Yeah. It's just...
The pre-regeneration. Eaters of Light, what was that? I don't even remember that one.
I think that was the most boring one of the series.
Yeah, that's right. That was the ancient Celtic.
It was written by the woman who wrote Survival.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't like that one.
But
oh, geez, look at the viewing figures for that one. It's like 1 million less.
Oh.
Anyway.
But then considering every other episode of this series has been at least good,
yeah,
that's not a bad track record of having one boring one out of 12.
No.
The pilot reappearance of the Mavellians.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I've forgotten all about that.
It was literally a cameo. It just showed the Daleks fighting the Mavellians.
Oh, that's right. He chases them. Or it chases them. That's right.
Yeah.
The Mavellans want Davros.
Davros wants Davros.
Oh, man.
The only person who doesn't want Davros is the BBC.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's a shame. I remember, because looking down this, like, I can see kind of my impression of the episodes getting better and better, and then I look at the viewing figures and they just go down and down as you go through Capaldi's era, which is a real shame, because the ratings are still good if you look at the appreciation index. Yeah.
Oh, I guess I need to learn how to speak English, but no, I did hear that I don't know if it was just like internet speculation, but I've heard that a lot of people stopped watching Capaldi's era because he was no longer hot and young.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me, because they got a load of like what I call the Tumblr fans from Tennant and Matt Smith was when it really took off. Well, like all the trendy young people started watching it.
A mutual acquaintance of mine and Richard's stopped watching Doctor Who when Matt Smith left. And didn't give Capaldi a chance. I don't know if that person has since, but
yeah, it is a shame. You could tell that Capaldi stuff was, I don't know, like it feels like it was written by someone who was more of a fan and was trying to capture a certain Doctor Who feel.
Yes.
I know Chibnall is a fan, because he was obviously on that TV show in the 80s or something, wasn't he?
But Moffat was a fan as well. I think the difference with this was Moffat and Capaldi were fans, whereas it's just Chibnall on his own.
Yeah.
If maybe Whittaker had been a fan, maybe they could have bounced off each other a bit more. So, I'd like to think Capaldi had a hand in with his series just because of how big a fan he was.
I honestly don't know what Chibnall's angle is with this, because it just doesn't feel like Doctor Who, and I don't get it.
Well, don't worry, we've got a year's break from that chaos.
Yeah.
Who would have thought we'd actually be looking forward to a year's break of Doctor Who?
Wow. It's like we said, but hopefully they can use the opportunity to come up with some good stuff.
Or just fire him.
Or just reboot the show as Graham.
Yeah. They should have called their show Graham. Don't you dare, Brian Sinclair.
You're doing it, mate. You're doing it, mate. You're doing it, mate.
Oh.
I do have like a little, like a little good daydream thing where I think about, wouldn't it be nice if that happened? Where I just think Chibnall leaves and Whittaker says, I don't want to do it if Chibnall's not doing it anymore, and it just gets rebooted and someone comes in and Paul McGann's announces the Doctor or something like that. I just think,
actually, he was good as Graham. How would have Bradley Walsh been as a Doctor?
I wouldn't like to guess.
No, you saw. It's one of those things you can't really tell until it happens.
Yeah,
and when it happens, it's either fantastic or a complete mistake.
Yeah.
Is Bradley Walsh just better at playing that commoner guy?
Yeah.
So if he had to play a Time Lord, he wouldn't be in the right part,
Who knows? Does anyone care?
By this point of Series 11, probably not.
No.
But no, I still just think they should have found a woman actress.
With a woman actress?
Yeah, okay. A woman actress. These women actresses that appear. Yeah. With just sort of a lot more of a sort of personality to her to be the Doctor.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Of Whittaker's run, Whittaker have to... Of the new TARDIS crew, the guys seem to have the most, and then the girls kind of blend into the background now and then.
Yeah, it's really
which isn't good for the first series of Doctor Who with a female lead.
No, especially it's not. Yeah, it wouldn't even be good in any situation when she's meant to be. I mean, the show is literally named after that character, and they've just faded into the background.
And like Yaz kind of feels like she was only written for that one episode that was set in the Punjab.
Yeah.
And she's not really had anything else to do.
Oh, that reminds me. I was thinking about some of that Doctor Who the other day, and it reminded me of the new series and of Yaz, and I actually couldn't remember her name at all, and I had to look it up. And I think that sums it up.
The only reason that I can remember it is because in one of the classrooms I clean at school, there is a girl called Yasmin stroke Yaz.
Yasmin Khan?
No, but I've got this weird thing with my brain where I hear any real life person with the same name as a Doctor Who character, I immediately think of the Doctor Who character.
Oh, no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Like if I met an Ian or whatever, or a Barbara. Yeah. Or a doctor.
Or an Adric.
Well, mind you, my youngest cousin is called Tegan, and the first thing I thought of was the Australian Doctor Who companion.
Yeah, Australian female Doctor Who.
Yes.
Is your cousin a female?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It is a female name.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm not Australian.
If I'm honest, it's still the first thing I think of.
Tegan. Yeah. Turlo.
Yeah.
Chameleon.
Oh. Cool. Right, on that bombshell, I think we ought to end.
Is this it? Is that our...
Well, was me thinking it was just going to be like a quickie, because there's only two of us and we had nothing to talk about, and we've gone on for nearly an hour.
Oh, shit. I think it's good that we've kind of just wrapped up Doctor Review in, like, one thing. We've just blasted through it, gave us something to do when Rich wasn't here.
Yes.
We've turned it from becoming a filler episode to being
a killer episode.
A podcast of meaning.
Oh, podcast of meaning. That might be the episode title. Though I was going to do something about Fontana Tessitura, but I'll see how I feel in the edit. Cool. So, thanks for listening, everyone. Let us know what you think about Doctor Who in general.
Just your thoughts on Series 11, your thoughts on Series 8, 9 and 10.
So,
who was your favourite modern Doctor? Who was your modern Doctor? Do you have a Doctor that you see as the Doctor more, but you like someone else as the Doctor more?
What's your blood type? What's your favourite colour? What do you like to eat? Where do you live? What's your mother's maiden name?
Join the collective.
Yeah, excellent. So next time we'll be talking about season 1 of Doctor Who, starting with the Unearthly Child. Let me know our thoughts. Cool. So thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.